This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight, thank you President Trump for naming radical Islamic terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know by now, in his first address to Congress, Trump named radical Islamic terrorism as our enemy and as the enemy that we need to protect ourselves from, and that this administration is going to start taking the steps to protect America from this ideological enemy that we face that's waging jihad on us. What a powerful, what a great new step. Because as you know, during the Obama administration, Obama would not name the enemy that has declared war on us, and not whispered it, but screaming it from the rooftops. And what a crucial thing to do. The media is engaged in this, the higher literary culture is engaged in this, Hollywood, academia, the whole culture is engaging in this leftist and Islamic supremacist charade of not naming the enemy. And this is suicide. And finally, we have a president that has done it, and Sun Tzu crystallized and emphasized the importance of knowing the enemy and naming the enemy. Because if you don't know your enemy and can't name your enemy, how can you defeat your enemy? And so thank you so much, President Trump, for now starting to take these crucial steps to defend America and protect America from the enemy that's waging war on us, which is Islamic jihad inspired by Islamic theology. And here's the key that I just want to emphasize in this moment. It's Stephen Coughlin in his book, Catastrophic Failure. Read it. And he documents the catastrophe during the Obama administration because they allowed the Muslim Brotherhood penetration of our government. And they allowed the Muslim Brotherhood to literally set the boundaries of discourse and to set the rules of what we were allowed to say and not allowed to say. And now Trump is fighting the tide against that. But what Coughlin stressed, and which is so crucial, is when you name the enemy, you can then proceed to other very important things, like making a threat assessment, something that the Obama administration never did. Crucial to make a threat assessment when you are in a war. And you are assessing what the threat is, and you are assessing what inspires your enemy, what sanctions your enemy. So in other words, when ISIS, when Al-Qaeda, when Boko Haram, when these jihadist groups point to the Quran, point to the Hadith, because it inspires and sanctions them, then we are able to assess who our enemy is and what motivates him. Crucial to make a threat assessment. And here's another crucial point that Coughlin brings up that really needs to be put out there in order to fight against this brainwashing by the leftist fake news and the leftist propaganda, etc. Stephen Coughlin emphasizes that when you make a threat assessment, you are assessing what motivates the enemy. It's not even so important whether the enemy's understanding of his belief system is accurate. What's important is what he believes. So in other words, when ISIS points to Surah 9:5 and says, this is why we're killing unbelievers, because Surah 9:5 says kill believers wherever you find them. When ISIS points to Surah 47:4, which says smite them at their necks, right? And so that's when they behead the unbelievers and the apostates, etc. They're pointing to these texts. And you have forces in our society that say, oh, but it's not the real Islam. They're misunderstanding Islam. This is not the real Islam. It's not real, all that stuff. This is another argument. Whether that's true or not is another argument. But in this case, Coughlin points out, stresses that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether ISIS's understanding of Islamic texts is accurate or not. That's irrelevant in terms of a threat assessment. What is relevant is what their belief system is. So if ISIS and Al-Qaeda believe that their understanding of those texts is accurate, and that's what inspires them and gives them sanctioning, that's what matters. What they believe is what matters, not whether their understanding is correct or not. And that's crucial for us to grasp and to gauge when we're making a threat assessment. So overall, look, now that the Trump administration is on its way to, it's named the enemy. Now it's going to be making a threat assessment. One more extra great step, hopefully, that we can finally start engaging in. The tactic of deception. Once you're in war, and Sun Tzu taught this, it's crucial to engage in deception, because deception is one of the vital weapons in defeating an enemy. And we cannot deceive an enemy that we can't even name. Okay, so all these good things, President Trump, thank you for the steps you're taking to protect this country. We are so grateful. And I would end with this as a person that's followed the left and studied the left all my life in my effort and wish to battle it. Wow, what a picture of Keith Ellison sitting with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Have you seen the picture yet? While they're sitting there while Trump is giving their address. Trump, the President of the United States, now wants to protect America. How dare he? Now Trump wants to name the enemy that's waging war on us and is trying to destroy us. You can see the hatred, the animosity, the ferocious rage in their faces while they're sitting and watching this address. And when you have that much hatred and rage in your heart at a person for talking about the plan to defend this country, wow, do you ever take off the mask of what the left really is? Thank you for watching the Jamie Glazov Moment tonight. We'll see you again soon. Good night.